Hey, in this demo, we will create a scraper project using Intuned Agent. And then we will create a job which will run the scraper daily and send the data it scraped to an external service. Let's start by exploring the website we are going to scrape. This website is for the California Energy Commission, and it has many contracts, and for each one, it has a lot of information, including a list of documents that we want to download and save. Doing this demo in real time can take up to an hour, so in many parts here, we will speed it up and fast forward to the interesting parts. Let's get this going. Here, I'm going to paste a prompt that will contain the target website URL and the data we want to be pulled as part of the scraper. Now, Intuned Agent will explore the website to understand it and then help create a plan for the scraper. The way the agent runs is actually similar to Claude Code. Under the hood, we use the Claude Agent SDK to build it. We run this on our infrastructure that we built on top of Fly.io machine APIs. Here, the agent will ask us to create a project and decide on the language the agent should use to actually create it. We support both Python and TypeScript. By the way, note here that the agent is in plan mode. So at this point, it's basically exploring the website so it can create a concrete plan of how the scraper is going to be structured and what data it can pull. Now let's review the plan. As I mentioned, the plan is meant to contain all the info related to the scraper and the website. It contains the website structure, the structure of the Intune project it will create, which includes the different APIs it will create and how they will be related to each other, how every API works, and then what data does each API actually pull. And then also there's the relationship between the different APIs. In Intune, we have a way for an API to schedule another APIs to run. This is meant as a full spec on how the scraper actually works. Now that the plan is approved, the agent will take a bit to create the scraper. When we talk about creating the scraper or any project in Intune, the process involves exploring the website and creating what we call a localization map, which is basically how the website works, which parts of the page on the HTML level we're going to use, and then we actually create selectors for those as we explore the website. Then we have a code gen and a local validation step. This basically uses the information from the localization to create the first draft of the project. Once that's done and tested on the agent machine, the agent actually has a way to run the scraper in a production-like environment. In this case, we call it a test run. This can take a bit depending on the target website, but the goal is to deliver an end-to-end working project. And in many cases, when we get the test result, we do fixes and rerun this test again. When the agent finalizes the project, what we get is a full working project with code to review and the test results for the user to make sure that the data the scraper is actually pulling matches what they're looking for. We will review the code and the scraper run results here and then deploy it. Now that the project is deployed, let's create a job that will run it daily and send the data to a webhook. Jobs are a way to run scheduled and batched executions. They are typical for doing a periodic scraper or automation runs. Here, we will create the job via UI, but can also be done via code or using the CLI. Jobs have a sink, which is the location to send the data to, as it's returned from the individual runs. We will also set up a notification here, which is a way to get notified when the job is done and get the full job results. For the rest of this video, we will just let the job finish and show the results from the webhook point of view. Intune doesn't just work for scrapers. You can use it to create any type of browser automation. Give it a try and let us know what you think.